yoga people, my name's Kelsey. I'm doing this video because I live in San Diego and I've grown up around surfers. I've grown up surfing. Pretty much 20 feet away from me there's a building where we make surfboards. So I've been asked repeatedly to make a yoga routine that's surfer friendly and that can benefit you while you're out in the water. So that's what this is. It'll be basic. It'll be short and sweet. Hopefully it'll be clear. I've been putting off doing a yoga video for quite some time because I'm scared of the weirdos on the internet. So if that's you, exit out of the window and go find a girlfriend in real life. So for the rest of you though, stick around and hopefully this helps. Alright, we're starting this in a seated position, hands on each knee. You're going to go ahead and drop your right ear to your right shoulder, stretching your the left side of your neck. Couple breaths here. And coming neutral, you're going to drop your chin to your chest. My arms are shaking because it's cold. Sorry. And coming neutral, you're going to drop your left ear to your left shoulder, stretching the right side neck. Alright, and coming neutral, go ahead and extend your arms above your head, stretch, 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 all through the spine. And twist, placing your left hand on your right knee, your right palm right at the base of your spine, right at the tailbone. Use your left arm to kind of leverage your body into this twist, looking over your right shoulder. And coming neutral, raise your arms above your head and twist. This time, right hand on the left knee, left palm at the base of your spine, using your right arm to go into this twist, looking at your left shoulder. Alright, and releasing that, we're going to actually transition onto all fours. So, your palms are actually going to be underneath your shoulders, and your knees underneath your hips. We're going to do some cat-cow, which is really fun to do on video because it looks crazy, but it's really good for your spine, so I'm going to suck it up. So, with our hands and knees planted firmly into the ground, you're going to drop your stomach to the earth, raising your head to the sky, which gives your body that extreme curve. And on your breath, go ahead and pull your spine to the sky and drop your head to the ground. And repeat, dropping your stomach to the ground, head to the sky. And drop your head to the ground and pushing your spine to the sky. One more time. And last one. Alright, coming neutral. In yoga there's a pose called child's pose, which is often a resting pose. Like I mentioned before, if your breath gets out of control, you can always just drop into this child's pose. It's great. You can pretty much live here. But I wanted this to really focus on surfers' needs. So I want you to actually keep your butt raised, but you're going to walk your palms out. Dropping into this stretch is going to release the front of your shoulders, so it's going to release into your armpits, protecting you as you paddle. Still shaking because it's freaking cold. Sorry. Alright, and walking our hands in, we're going to bring our feet to our hands for our first forward fold. So, it's important to remember in yoga to never force anything, never. So, maybe your forward fold is where you can touch the mat, not a problem. Maybe you can only touch your knees, that's okay. Your ankles, just don't force anything. Also, remember, you don't have to have your legs completely straight. If need be, which is also a really safe option, just a slight bend in your knees, and you'll feel it. You'll still feel it. All right, we're going to slowly rise up, one vertebrae at a time, taking our time. And this time, we're actually going to lift our arms above our head, slight back bend, and clasp our hands behind our back. So this time when we do our forward fold, we'll release our grip to the floor, which is also stretching into your shoulders, which is definitely necessary for surfing and really anything, any physical activity. And from here, slowly release your arms, grabbing each elbow. This is called ragdoll. So grabbing each elbow, you can just kind of let your upper body hang here. You can sway a little. You can walk your hands side to side. All that jazz. All right, slowly rising up. We're going to go into our first sun salutation. Hands at heart center. On the inhale, forward fold all the way down. Rise up halfway and release to the ground. Planting your hands on either side of your feet. You're going to walk your feet back. Walk or jump, sorry. Jumped more so. Okay, so we're getting ready to do chaturanga. So I'm going to take a second to explain this because in yoga, I remember doing this, just kind of giving in to gravity and letting it do the work for you. So a lot of people for chaturanga just fall to the ground. But that's not working your arms, so it's not benefiting you. So I'm going to kind of go over this quickly. But palms under your shoulders. When you release down, you're going to go forward just slightly, keeping your body straight. Let your arms brush your ribs, and then push up into upward dog. Tucking your toes, push back into your first downward dog. So downward dog, your feet should be 6 to 8 inches apart. Your palms planted into the ground. Both your feet and palms should be sharing the work. It shouldn't be just one of them. If you have wrist problems, feel free to walk your hands out. All right, we're going to drop our knees and we're going to go into threading the needle. So here we are again on all fours. Keeping our right hand planted into the mat, lift up your left hand. Thread it through the right arm, resting on that shoulder. That's going to naturally cause a stretching in your left shoulder. And walk out your right hand. Rest here for a few minutes, making sure to check in with your breath. And bringing your hand back in. Press that. This time we're going to actually leave our left hand planted. Lift up your right hand and thread it through. Walking your left hand out. And press that. We're going to slide back into downward dog just for a moment. And looking to your hands, you can either baby step your feet forward, or you can just walk forward in one fell swoop. Forward fold, come up halfway, release all the way down, and slowly rise up. All right, we're going to do that again. So on the inhale, dive down, forward fold, rise up halfway, release down, placing your hands on either side of your feet, step or walk your feet back. Remember this chaturanga, don't wuss out. Come forward just slightly and slowly release down, pushing into upward dog. Upward dog, you can have your legs resting on the mat or you can lift them. But like I said, this is a basic run through, so I don't want you to push it. And press into downward dog. We're going to work our core here just a little bit. So I'm actually going to have you bring your right knee to meet your right elbow and slide back. Left knee to left elbow, slide back. Right knee to right elbow, push back. Left side, back, one more set. Right side, and left side. Taking a moment to catch your breath in downward dog. Lift your right foot and bring it through. This is something to remember, that it's really crucial that you never let your knee come forward over your foot, because that can definitely compromise your joint. So if you're long-limbed like me, it might be a good idea to walk your feet apart just a little bit more. So your right foot's planted into the ground. Left foot is kind of in a lunge pose. So you're going to drop your left foot to the ground. You don't want to point it totally forward, because that's going to make balancing really difficult. So just as if you were standing on your board, you're going to bring it out slightly. Once you have your balance here, you're going to rise up for Warrior One. Alright, and bringing it a little further, we're going to bring our hands through our center. We're going to drop our right palm to the inside of that right foot. So you can either extend your arm above your head, or for more of a stretch, you can drop it to your thigh. And releasing that, rising up, drop your hands on either side of your foot and push back into downward dog. Ideally in downward dog, your feet would be completely flat with the floor. But like I said, never push it. Alright, and lifting our left foot, bring it through. Just as you did before with your left foot, you're going to bring that right foot down to the ground, turned out slightly. Once you have your balance, rise up. Bringing your hands through heart center, plant that left palm inside that left foot. And like I said, you can either lift your right arm to the sky, or you can wrap it around, stretching into your shoulder. A lot of times in yoga, they ask you to either look up towards the sky, or to twist your head towards your shoulder, but sometimes I feel like that compromises your neck, so don't force anything if it doesn't feel right. Alright, and releasing this, pressing back to downward dog just for a moment. Walking your feet forward, forward fold, rise up halfway, release to the ground, and slowly roll to the floor. Alright, now that we're down to our mat, we're going to do a seated forward fold. So with our legs extended, our feet engaged. So your feet shouldn't be relaxed like this. They shouldn't be pointed. Engaged is great. And you're going to actually lift your arms above your head and fold forward. You can either grasp your feet, or you can grab onto your knees, ankles, wherever you're at. From here, we're going to roll up, and we're going to actually slide to our back. Keeping our right foot planted, bring your left ankle to your right knee. You're going to grab either the back side of your right thigh or the front side of your right knee and pull your foot towards your chest. You'll feel this stretch in the back side of your left hip. And release your foot to the floor. Planting your left foot, bring your right ankle to your left knee, either grasping the back side of your left thigh or the front side of your left knee, bringing your foot towards your chest. And slowly releasing that. You're going to actually roll up into a seated position with your feet together. This is a really popular stretch in general. Feet together, knees out. You can either just kind of lean forward here. That itself is enough to feel the stretch in your hips. Or you can use your elbows to press your knees open. Lean forward here. Well, that's it. Hopefully we're able to warm you up and get your body ready for your surf session. So stay safe.